Good day, brothers and sisters. This is Steve Sandoval, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Today's reading is in Luke 6, verse 12 to 19. And this is the passage where Jesus chooses his 12 apostles amongst his disciples. And so, Jesus went out to the mountain to pray. And he spent the night in prayer. And when day came, he called his disciples and he chose 12, whom he also named apostles. After which he came down with them and stood on a level place with a great crowd of his disciples and a great multitude of people from Judea, Jerusalem, and the coast of Tyre and Sodom. They had come to hear him and to be healed of the diseases, and those who were troubled with unclean spirits, they were all cured. And all in the crowd were trying to touch him because power came out from him and healed all of them. As I reflected on this passage, there are 2 points that I reflected on which came out. The first point is on the need to always seek God our Father's will. The Gospel always highlights the centrality of prayer in the life and mission of Jesus. The choice of who will be his apostles is a big event in his ministry because this would impact the life of the community he was building. As disciples, Jesus too must follow these practices. For it is our Father in heaven who sends the Holy Spirit so that we can discern. So the practice of discerning all important decisions as his disciples we must also do. So that what is best, what is most human and most loving in our lives will be revealed to us by the Spirit. Reflect and ask yourselves, what are the most important decisions that you need to make? As long as we consciously pray to know God's will in faith, we can be assured of our choices. The second point that I want to talk about is accepting God's will for us. His ways are not the ways of man in this world. When I look at Jesus' choices of his closest companions, I am amazed because they were not choices done according to the worldly standards. In the world standards, he surely would have chosen the most educated, the most prestigious, the most influential people of his times. These disciples whom he chose were fishermen who were, or even despised tax collectors, simple men, ordinary men. History will show that his apostle, whom he had chosen, will bring the church which even the gates of hell will not be able to topple down. And so it shows that his choices were the right ones. And then I reflect that Jesus did not only choose those apostles 2,000 years ago, he chose me. He chose us. Despite our weakness, despite our many limitations, he chose us to be his followers by name. He called us to have a personal relationship with him. He too has a mission for us, just as he had a mission for his apostles. He calls us to continue to be his witnesses and play a part in his continuing plan of bringing more people to the kingdom of the Father in heaven. Jesus chose and called each and every one of us his disciples. Reflect on what was in Jesus' heart when he called you into a personal relationship with him today. Jesus surely has hope, trust, and love for us, allowing Jesus to look into us during our prayer time and experience that same hope and trust and love that He showed the apostles when He chose them. Hear yourself called personally by the Lord and ask for the grace to respond fully from your heart. God bless you all.